what it was. I'm happy with the performance, you know. Both men's got paid and both men's going home to their lovely wives and children. And that's what it's about. We put on a show for the fans. You know, Usyk's 37, I'm 36-year-old. We're not young kids anymore. We're at the end of our careers and we put on a brilliant...
Tyson Fury has officially announced his retirement from boxing just 2 weeks after his second career loss to Alexander Usyk. He made the big reveal in a video shared on his social media, picking the final day of 2024 for the announcement. "I've won every belt there is to win. There's nothing more I can do. If this were a video game, it'd definitely be completed," he said, reflecting on his incredible journey. Fury talked about battling through his mental health struggles to rise back to the top, reclaiming his title as world champion. He also made it clear that he sees himself as one of the greatest heavyweights the sport has ever seen and is on track for a future in the Hall of Fame. Fans are sure to remember his powerful legacy for years to come. After reflecting on his incredible journey, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, shared that he's officially decided to retire from boxing. "I just finished a lovely 4-mile run along the promenade, got a great sweat on, and I'm feeling really happy and content with being retired," he said, looking relaxed and at peace. "It's been a long time coming, and now I'm really enjoying this new chapter." Fury explained that this decision came after heartfelt talks with his family and team. After spending so many years away from his loved ones due to the demands of boxing, he's excited to finally have the time to be with them. For him, it's all about enjoying the simple things in life after 2 decades of hard work in the ring. Tyson Fury has a big, tight-knit family with his wife Paris and their 7 children. After earning plenty from his boxing career, he's in a comfortable place with little to worry about financially. "It's been a good life, you know, great training, great times, and I'm thankful for everything he shared," reflecting on his journey. His retirement announcement wasn't exactly a shock to those who had been paying attention. After his rematch with Alexander Usyk, it became clear to many that Fury's heart wasn't in the sport anymore. Anyone who followed his mood and attitude after the fight could see that he was mentally ready to move on. While some had their doubts, it became obvious that the Gypsy King was preparing to say goodbye to boxing for good. Tyson Fury's retirement might not have shocked boxing fans and professionals, but there's definitely a sense of disappointment that the much-anticipated battle of Britain between him and Anthony Joshua will never happen. It's a fight boxing fans had been dreaming about for years, but now it'll remain a missed opportunity. One fan even asked, "What rounds would you give Tyson after the 5th?" as they wondered what could have been in a matchup between the two. This retirement feels different from the others Tyson has announced in the past. Before, he would hint at stepping away from the sport, but it never felt as final. This time, however, it seems like Tyson is truly ready to walk away for good, closing the door on his boxing career with a sense of finality. It's a bittersweet moment for fans, as the dream fight will always remain just that, a dream. Tyson Fury's second loss to Alexander Usyk seems to have been the turning point for him, especially since he feels cheated in their past fights. Despite all his success in the ring, Fury has never been far from controversy. Over the years, he's been involved in several high-profile feuds, including with Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua, but now it seems like Fury has had enough. He's ready to walk away from boxing, wanting to focus on his family and personal life. His retirement marks the end of a huge chapter in the heavyweight division, leaving fans to reflect on his remarkable, yet dramatic, career. It's a bittersweet moment as one of the sport's biggest names calls it quits. Tyson Fury's attitude after the fight was simple: "What the Gypsy King does, it is what it is," he said. "I'm just thankful we both got out of the ring in one piece, and now it's on to the next." Fury, the true British fighter, has been one of the most exciting and dominant names in boxing. His career has been packed with incredible knockouts and victories over some of the sport's toughest opponents. After the fight, he took a moment to thank his fans for their loyalty and support throughout his journey. Fury also made sure to express his gratitude to his team, acknowledging their hard work in helping him achieve everything he has in the ring. His words were a reminder of how much he values the people who've been there for him all along. Tyson Fury also made sure to thank his promoters and everyone who helped him achieve his goals and turn his dreams into reality. While his retirement might catch some off guard, it's not entirely surprising. Fury has always been open about his struggles with mental health and addiction, and he's often talked about how boxing has worn him down both physically and mentally. His decision to step away will definitely have a big impact on the heavyweight division, leaving a huge gap in one of the most exciting weight classes. But with his exit, the door is wide open for the next generation of fighters to rise up and show what they've got. It's a new chapter for both Fury and the sport itself. With Tyson Fury's retirement, the stage is now set for other top fighters to step up and challenge for the heavyweight title. Usyk, already considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, will likely be at the center of those conversations. Fans are curious to see who will take over the spotlight in the heavyweight division now that Fury is stepping back. Since his announcement, tributes have been pouring in from all corners of the boxing world. Fellow fighters and promoters have been quick to take to social media to honor Fury, sharing their respect for his incredible career and the impact he's had on the sport. It's clear that Tyson Fury's legacy will live on, and his influence will be felt for years to come. The outpouring of love and respect for Tyson Fury has been incredible. Fans, fellow boxers, and promoters have all shared their admiration for a man who will go down as one of the greatest heavyweight champions in history. As Fury walks away from the ring, he leaves behind a legacy that will be remembered for generations to come. His impact on boxing is undeniable, and his influence will last long after he's gone. While his retirement marks the end of an era in heavyweight boxing, it also opens the door for a fresh start for Fury. He's accomplished so much in the ring, and fans can't wait to see what amazing things he'll do next in life. The Gypsy King may be stepping away from the sport, but his journey is far from over. Whatever path Tyson Fury chooses next, fans are still buzzing about his epic clash with Alexander Usyk. The fight had everyone talking, but things got a little heated after Turki's Al-Sheikh publicly backed Fury. This support has sparked a lot of debate, with many fans questioning the fairness of the fight. Despite Fury losing both bouts, some people believe that Al-Sheikh's influence may have impacted the scoring and how punches were counted. This endorsement has definitely added a controversial twist to the conversation, leaving fans divided and eager to discuss what really went down. That's a massive hit, followed by another strong jab. Deontay Wilder has a lot to be thankful for, especially since he's played a big role in putting together some of the biggest boxing events in recent years. The Saudi royal family, with their huge influence in the sport, has backed Tyson Fury, and now fans are talking. There's a lot of speculation about whether the fight was judged fairly, especially for Usyk, the undefeated Ukrainian champion. To fully grasp what's going on, let's take a step back and break down the situation so we can all get a clearer picture of what's being discussed. On December 16th, His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh shared a fun video on YouTube where he had a FaceTime call with Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. During the call, Al-Sheikh joked around, calling Usyk a freak and a rabbit before showing his full support for Fury to win the fight. Then, at the final press conference, Eddie Hearn also backed Fury. But Al-Sheikh, who was there, jumped in with his own bold statement saying, "We're all with Tyson, we need to make this happen." He even threw in a playful "hello freak hello," making it clear where his loyalty lay. Fans were definitely paying attention to his confident public show of support for Fury. Al-Sheikh's support for Fury got people talking, with some fans wondering if the Saudi royal might be using his influence to help Fury win. A few boxing analysts like RR Boxing said that his strong backing could create extra pressure on the referee, judges, and fighters. But what they didn't focus on is the real reason behind Al-Sheikh's support for Fury. During the FaceTime call, Al-Sheikh shared that he wants to see a trilogy between Fury and Usyk, and he believes that can only happen if Fury wins this fight. Al-Sheikh also mentioned this in an interview with IFL TV, making it clear that he's rooting for Fury with that bigger picture in mind. Al-Sheikh took the time to address fans' concerns, stressing that his main goal is to see a trilogy between Fury and Usyk no matter the controversy. While RR Boxing's post stirred up some criticism against the Saudi royal, Al-Sheikh still received a lot of support from his fans. Most of the public understood that Al-Sheikh's support for Fury wasn't about any hidden agenda. However, there were still critics in the mix. One user even suggested that Al-Sheikh wasn't the only one involved in this, dragging Eddie Hearn into the conversation. It seemed like it wasn't just Al-Sheikh who was under the microscope. Promoters like Eddie Hearn have also expressed their belief that Fury will come out on top, which led one user to question whether this could lead to a controversial decision. But just because someone has an opinion on who will win doesn't mean the fight is fixed. Another user, not really a fan of the Saudi royal, shared their thoughts, saying, "You have to realize that Turkey and his bosses are pretty strange. I enjoy the fights themselves, but my expectations are really low for everything else." Hey Phil, let's not jump to conclusions just yet. The Saudi government has often been accused of using sports to cover up issues happening within the country and boost their image globally. But then, another user stepped in to defend Turkey, saying there's nothing to suggest Turkey had any influence over the judges. He wanted Fury to win the first fight, and that didn't happen. Honestly, you're stressing over nothing. They also reminded everyone that Turkey has expressed disappointment when things didn't go the way he hoped. Turkey has always been vocal about how some fights have been scored, like the controversial finish of the BBVV's Dimitri Bal fight, but there's a group of fans defending him, pointing out how hard he's worked to stay above any suspicion. One person even stepped in saying, "I'm not going anywhere, don't worry, even if things don't go my way, I'll keep standing by my opinions." Turkey has put on several events, and while some of the results were surprising, they didn't go the way he expected. So it's hard to believe that this fight will be rigged, especially since there's no real proof behind those claims. One fan pointed out that Turki's support for Fury makes sense given that he's a big boxing fan and naturally a third fight would bring a lot of attention to Saudi Arabia. Another user mentioned that Turki backed Fury in the first fight too, noting that he's not a promoter but just a fan with a lot of money. He's always open about who his favorites are, they said. And as for the mistakes made in the first fight, one fan joked, now he knows better. No more dancing around the issue. It seems that Turki isn't shy about showing where his loyalty lies, especially this time around. What do you think? Does his support influence the fight, or is it all just part of being a fan? Tyson Fury's first loss to Alexander Usyk came despite the strong support of many promoters and experts, but even with our boxing's claims, there's no clear proof that Turki's involvement is influencing the fight. It seems that all he really wants is to give fans an epic third matchup between Fury and Usyk. In an exclusive interview with Steve Bunce for TNT Sports, Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion, boldly predicted the same result for their second fight. Do you think Usyk's prediction will come true, or is there more to this rivalry than meets the eye? The stage is set, but who's going to take the win this time? The atmosphere was electric as fans cheered for Tyson Fury, all rallying behind their champion. When asked how he planned to win the fight, Fury played it cool, keeping his cards close to his chest. But in true Fury fashion, he hinted that the freak and the rabbit would be up in the air, words sure to echo throughout the arena. This wasn't just any fight build-up, it was filled with Fury's usual trash talk meant to get under his opponent's skin. But Usyk, the challenger, isn't backing down. He's determined to show Fury who's boss when they face off again, so what do you think? Can Fury back up all his bold words, or will Usyk prove he's the real deal? The anticipation is through the roof. Usyk was asked if he feels stronger this time and if he believes he can finally stop Fury, especially after almost knocking him out in the 9th round last time. His response was calm and collected. Listen, my friend, I don't focus on boxing like that. Usyk made it clear that Fury's trash talk doesn't bother him. For him, staying calm and focused is the key to winning. When he was asked about all the hype leading up to the fight, he laughed and said, "Of course, I enjoy it. These are the emotions, the memories that make it all so special." It's clear Usyk isn't getting distracted. He's focused on what matters, getting in that ring and proving he's the best. Usyk reminisced about a promise Tyson made when they're both old men, saying, "Tyson promised to come to my ranch in Ukraine. We'll be drinking beer, and he'll say, 'Remember when you beat me twice? It'll be a good time.'" But while they share some lighthearted moments, Usyk knows exactly what Tyson brings to the table, just as Tyson knows what Usyk is capable of. "It's a great time for me, but for my opponent, I just want to smack his face until his cheeks go red," he laughed. But despite all the confidence, Usyk emphasized the importance of staying calm. He's been working hard, finding new ways to improve on his first fight to make sure this time he finishes the job. Usyk at 37 is gearing up to defend his impressive 2-2-0 record in Riyadh, but he's not stressing about the fight just yet. "Right now, I'm not thinking about it," he says. "I'm just here talking to you all on media day. It's a chill moment for me." He jokes, "I just want some tea," but don't be fooled by his relaxed attitude. Usyk is always working hard behind the scenes. It's not just a little work, it's a lot, he explains. "My team and I have looked at all the details, found any weaknesses, and fixed them." Despite being mostly tested by Anthony Joshua, Usyk knows every fight is a new challenge and he's always ready for whatever comes his way. Francis Ngannou, who once faced Tyson Fury in the ring, has always dreamed of another showdown before Fury calls it quits. Sadly, that chance might never come. Ngannou shared his thoughts on their previous fight, particularly a key moment in the 9th round. "It was a great round. Tyson was doing well, but you had your chance to knock me out, didn't you? You couldn't land that knockout shot though. You hit me with 10 punches, but it wasn't enough," Ngannou said, looking back at the battle. But Ngannou didn't just focus on their fight, he also spoke out about the new idea of using AI for judging boxing matches. He called it a concerning move, raising doubts about how it could affect the sport. Despite everything, Ngannou isn't backing down. He's aiming for a rematch with Fury, determined to get another shot at the heavyweight title. The fight might not have gone his way the first time, but Ngannou is far from done and he's hungry for a second chance. He told pro boxing fans, "I think the fight was pretty close. I would have scored it a lot closer than that. Maybe Usyk still wins, but by the end of the fight, I wasn't sure who won. It could have gone either way from what I saw." He added that, in his view, the fight was much closer than the official scorecard suggested, and he's open to reviewing it in the future. Ngannou also touched on his own close fight with Fury just over a year ago. The MMA star shocked everyone when he managed to drop the Gypsy King for the first time in his career, proving he's capable of going toe-to-toe with one of the best in boxing. Big news for boxing fans, Ngannou has made it clear what he wants to see next: Tyson Fury back in the ring. "The fight I'm waiting for is Tyson Fury versus France. That's all that matters to me right now," he said. But there's more. 2025 is already looking like a year of big retirements in boxing. Tyson Fury might not be the only one stepping away. Lightweight star Deontay Davis also sent shockwaves through the boxing world when he hinted at retirement while promoting Lamont Roach Jr.'s fight. What's your take on all this? Are we about to witness the end of an era in boxing? Share your thoughts. What did you think of that fight? It was so close, anyone could have won. Were you cheering for White Brightman? Do you think he earned the win? It really could have gone either way, which kept everyone on the edge of their seats. Fans were hoping for some exciting news after the fight, maybe big plans for 2025, more matches, bigger events, and plenty of action from GTD Promotions, but instead, the buzz turned into shock when the announcement came Deontay Davis is retiring. Before he steps away, though, he's got one more fight lined up. On March 1st, Davis, now 30, will defend his WBA title against Lamont Roach Jr., who's 29. What do you think? Will he go out with a bang? Let us know your take. Winning the title for the second time sounds amazing, right? What do you think? After the second fight, Tank seemed confident, saying, "I knew I'd win, bro. My fights speak for themselves." Fans were hoping he'd keep the momentum going after his big win over Frank Martin in June. Everyone expected more fights, more action, and more highlights, but instead, Tank dropped a bombshell. He's on his final run in boxing. He made it clear after next year, "I'm done. Out of the sport." It's surprising, isn't it? Why is Tank ready to step away at just 30 years old? Is he choosing a quieter life over the thrill of the ring? And what about the fans who want more of the show-stopping matches he's known for? Is Deontay Davis losing his love for boxing? That's the question on everyone's mind after his recent interview with Fight Hub TV. Davis didn't hold back, calling the sport trash and admitting he's grown tired of it. "How many more fights do I need next year? This sport is garbage," he said. For a 3-0-0-0 champion, it's a surprising take, but he seems ready to leave it all behind. Fans aren't exactly thrilled. Many wanted him to take on tougher fights and prove he's the best in his division. But Davis sees things differently. He's focused on making smart moves, earning his money, and doing what he loves most, delivering knockout performances. There's even talk of a homecoming fight in Baltimore, but it's clear Davis is questioning his place in the sport. Has he truly lost the passion? And how will fans remember him? As a boxing legend or as someone who left too soon? In another interview with Fight Hype, Davis was asked if he sees himself among the greatest. That's the real question, isn't it? What do you think? Will Tank's legacy shine, or will fans be left wanting more? Let's hear your take. Tank Davis isn't too worried about what others think of his legacy. "I don't even care about that, bro. Where I'm from, I'll always be the greatest. I'll forever be a G to myself," he said with confidence. Fans still have about a year to enjoy his exciting fights and those famous backflips in the ring, but that doesn't mean his fight with Lamont Roach Jr. will be his last. Davis hasn't fully closed the door on what's next. "When people talk about retirement, it's like it wasn't even something I'd decided yet," Davis said. "But now it keeps coming up, so is this really the end, or does he have a little more to give before he steps away for good?" Tank Davis is planning a few more fights in 2025 before retiring from his pro career, but things aren't totally clear yet. He's still under a multi-fight contract with PBC, with reports saying he has 6 or 7 fights left, plus a clause for a fight with Shakur Stevenson. What happens with all those obligations now? No one really knows. Will Tank stick to his retirement plan, or is there more to come? When asked about his next opponents, Davis gave a sneak peek. "Can we know who they are? Probably Ryan Garcia, hopefully." His first fight back is scheduled for March at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, where he'll defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach Jr., the current super featherweight champ. At the press conference, Tank made it clear he plans to retire at the end of 2025, but before that, he has 3 fighters in mind. The first is Roach, then he's targeting Ryan Garcia and Shakur Stevenson. What has he done in this sport? He hasn't done anything, Tank Davis said, referring to Teofimo Lopez. "The young one is looking better than him," he added, clearly confident in his own abilities. Davis and Garcia squared off in April 2023, with Tank knocking Garcia down twice and ultimately winning by a 7th-round knockout, handing King Rai his first career loss. Garcia, who's currently serving a 1-year suspension after failing a drug test for his fight with Devin Haney, is expected to return to the ring in April 2025. This could set the stage for a highly anticipated summer showdown with Davis. Tank didn't stop there. He also mentioned that he'd like to face Teofimo Lopez before retiring. "Yeah, I'll fight him. I'll slap the hell out of him when I see him. I'm better than him," Tank said. "Lopez hasn't done anything compared to me." Lopez, who won the WBO super lightweight title against Josh Taylor in June 2023, has successfully defended the belt twice since. The idea of a Davis-Lopez fight has been buzzing for years. Fans are still eagerly waiting to see if these two will finally face off. Boxing fans everywhere are talking about a potential fight between Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson. One guy who's been in the ring with both of them recently gave his prediction for how it might go. So what do you think, who would win in that showdown? And what about the people saying Tank is afraid of Shakur? Afraid of what, exactly? As for Tank's upcoming fight with Lamont Roach, he's been building excitement for the big event. At the press conference, Tank officially announced his March 1st fight with Roach, and the hype is real. It just wrapped up and fans are already eager for what's next. There's been a lot of talk about why Tank picked Roach as his next opponent, but when Roach had his chance to speak, he made it clear he's ready for the challenge. Both fighters are fired up for this one.